Hey everybody, Dogbert here with a special little video. Don't panic over Rogue Scourge event is today's video. Before we move on, we have a sponsor today. Today's video is sponsored by the Republic of Dogbertland. Reincorporate your business on a pile of floating garbage in the ocean and avoid taxes today. Link to the Republic of Dogbertland's Discord is below in the description of this video. So when we talk about not panicking for Rogue Scourge event, here's why. It seems like a lot of people are panicking over it. But here's what we know. Rogue isn't coming until patch 6.2. Period. We're not there yet. We do know we will need the A-Force Inhumans and or Young Avengers for nodes 5 and 10. We also know the new patch won't come until after all the characters in this patch have been released. We have still yet to get Gambit, Dazzler, or Phantom X. And by released, I mean like their offers. As we saw with Madeline Pryor, the event can come afterwards. And based on the data mines, Phantom X's event won't start till May 27th, and those events usually run for 2 weeks, and they don't usually have another patch during that. Also, what we know, that the characters needed for nodes 5 and 10 are mostly bio. There are some exceptions, obviously, but they are creating a bio gear crunch. We also know there's an SBC crunch as well. And Scopely wants us to panic and just dump our resources into these characters. And we also know from the last Scourge event, you will most likely unlock Rogue, even if it's only at 3 stars. Unless you're like a brand new player, then you're probably not going to. But that's the price of being brand new. So what we don't know, the patch. We don't know when 6.2 will be released. We can guess, as I will do later. We don't know when Rogue's event will be after 6.2 release. Remember, it was a few weeks in, or a couple weeks in, before we got Morgan's event after the patch was released. We don't know what else is needed. In other words, we don't know what other traits will be needed on nodes 1 through 4 and 6 through 9. So you might want to keep building your characters for that. And we don't know who else is needed. What team, more or less, what team or characters will work best on nodes 5 and 10. We don't know. Could be all Young Avengers. Could be some kind of weird hybrid of Inhumans, Young Avengers, and A-Force. We just don't know. So here's my best guess on who to work on. Number 1, I have Spider-Man Miles. The reason being, he's a double Scourge character, plus he's part of the Raid Bio team. You want Miles big in order to tackle everything. We know we need him big for Morgan Scourge. It just makes sense to invest in him. Number 2, Yo-Yo for constant offense down, as long as we don't have a protector on the team. And I don't think there's any protectors other than her even available. That makes her number 2 choice for going in if you're not trying to do it a full team, and you're trying to do more of a hybrid. Number 3 is obviously Squirrel Girl, being a healer, plus she can cleanse. Makes her incredibly valued. Number 4, Jessica Jones can cleanse and can generate energy for the team even outside of her A-Force allies. Of course, with A-Force, they get even more stuff out of her. Number 5, Ms. Marvel. Between being a Young Avenger and the Brawler synergy of creating that assist with her, makes her incredibly valuable. She can heal herself up and can be quite tanky at higher levels. Number 6, Echo. By this point, you should be going more towards the Young Avengers, and Echo is incredibly annoying to have to face. She constantly hits whenever you hit a Young Avenger. That includes Spider-Man Miles if you're using him. Kate Bishop is actually a decent tech character. Does work best with Young Avengers, but does have blinds and can be quite annoying and can flip buffs. Sorry. Number 8, Black Bolt. You might already have him built. He is actually decent in Dark Dimensions. He's been used to counter Dormammu, so he might already be built for you. He might not, but he is a good investment. Number 9, Captain Marvel. We're starting to get down into the dredges here. She is a decent character, can heal herself, does put out some good damage, can be used in the Gamma Raid if you're on the Kree lane, so that makes her a little bit more. Plus, you might already have her built from earlier days, depending how long you've been playing. Number 10, Spider-Woman. She's got an ability block and heal herself on her turn. That makes her a valuable part of the A-Force team. Number 11, level 11, 12, and 13 are early interchangeable. You could do Nico, you could do America Chavez, you could do Crystal, but at this point, if you have all the others built up pretty well, which I would say is level 75 gear 14, unless you were building them for something else. Nico, America Chavez, Crystal would probably be the last choices. Depending on where you're at with your roster, you might have Crystal a little bit built up more, so it might not take as much to get there. If you're just building all Young Avengers, you can probably do Chavez as long as you have the Mystic gear. And again, Nico's also Mystic gear, but she could be interesting with her RNG type kit. So with the exception of Miles, I say don't really take anybody above level 75 gear 14 unless you're going to use them for something else. You already have planned for them. Or you just want to make them bigger. But if you're not flush with resources, it is best to hold those resources. The reason I say this is we don't know who the best characters are going to be. We don't know that. We don't know Young Avengers will be the best. We don't know that there's not going to be some hybrid. Once you spend resources, they are gone. They are in that character. If you hoard these resources, you can wait, let somebody else figure out what the best combo is, and then you can just dump them all one day into them and be good and save other resources and not waste them. So next up, I have some speculation I want to go over. And here's my speculation. I suspect that 6.2 won't be released until June 21st, 22nd, or June 28th, 29th. I base this on the fact that we still have 3 characters to come, and it's generally about 2 weeks between character releases, but they have sped this up recently. I don't see it happening until then that we get that new patch. Then once we get that patch, the new Scourge likely will not come until July, which would be a week or 2 after the patch. It could even be longer. If my third speculation is right, we might see some new Inhumans added with 6.2. The reason being that it was they don't make any money by giving us the Inhumans to use in this event. Other than, you maybe want the A-Force, maybe you want the Young Avengers. It's but they've released new characters for A-Force. They've released new Young Avengers is fairly new. But they haven't done anything with Inhumans in a very long time, and let's face it, they are a very outdated team. If all of a sudden a couple new Inhumans were to show up, this would increase FOMO. People would be rushing to buy them, and they'd probably be the best ones for the Scourge event on top of it. You see where this is going. So with all that said, I hope this video is helpful and informative. It gives you some idea of what to do, how to plan. Until next time, everybody.